How's it going, bros? Welcome to the super short version of Flawless Twilight Gap. You know your videos are too long when super short is only 10 minutes, but hey ho. These first 3 clips are from failed runs that I threw in for fun. And then the actual Flawless run is just the final round of it. I'm still super behind on making videos. My to-do video list is growing by the day. But I'm busy as hell at the moment. I'm going to India for a month at the end of this month. For work, and basically have a ton of stuff to prep for it. It's actually probably a literal ton, like in weight. But yeah, if you're doing crap like that, then all you want to do in your downtime is sleep and turn your brain off, which isn't particularly congruent with making content. But if I do suddenly have a burst of productivity, forgive me if there's suddenly like 4 videos in one day, but that's just the way it's gotta be, baby. Mother loving Twilight Gap. God forbid Bungie give us a week off for trials over Christmas. I got back at like 11 PM on the last day this was running, like the Monday. And the weekly reset where I live is 10 AM on Tuesday, but like hell was I going to stay up for 11 hours trying to get this crap done. Because even more dodgy was the fact that nobody I knew or really play with was online or available. So I knew I was going to have to LFG 2 people, and you know, 1 is okay. We LFG 1 like last few weeks, as I said in the previous video, but 2 is a mission. Like that's roulette. That is. On top of that, I was coin broke, so I was kind of limited to I think only 1 boon by the time I found my winning team. Excuse me. So you tend to just like run a mercy and then have to get 9 wins. But yeah, all in all, this week was nothing short of a miracle. Blessed be this Flawless Twilight Gap run. There was very almost no video evidence of this as well, so I only remembered to hit record before the very last round. The stop of swapping between different teams got me a little bit mixed up, and I forgot I was no longer recording. But to be honest, I wasn't able to record game chat anyway because we were in a party, so a full run would have been boring as hell unless I tried to commentate for a full hour. And let's be honest, nobody wants that to happen. Look at this guy taking all the barrels with him. What the hell? But big shout out to the guys I actually ran the Flawless with. This isn't them at the moment, by the way. This is a team I joined. This clip is a Phantom medal in the 2nd round, which is nuts. But we lost this match. Just think about that for a second. We lost this match after this start. And then the next match I got something like 18 kills and we lost that one as well. Like 2 losses straight off the start of the card. And they were nice guys, but I joined them and you know, one of them was like, oh, it's my first month playing, and I was like, oh, great. So that just wasn't going to happen. But yeah, big shout out to the guys that actually carried me through the Flawless run. By the time I actually got this, it was fairly late. Although I said I wasn't going to stay up till 10 AM, it was beginning to look that way. But I was playing less than brilliantly by that point, and they did a good job of taking me through several games where I wasn't exactly pulling my weight so much. So definitely owe this run to them. I spent relatively little time playing this map because of the circumstances, so it's hard for me to have formed any fair opinion on it as a trials map, I guess. But for the short time I did play, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. I kind of winced when I found out what it was and how little time I had to do it. But it was actually pretty fun. It allows for shotguns or snipers, like there's a bit of both. So it's hard for anyone to really moan about either of them. Because let's be honest, most maps will cause people to moan about either snipers or shotguns. Let's be honest, if it's a shotgunning map, then people will say they're overpowered. If it's a sniper match, people will say snipers are too easy to use. It seems to be how people cope with the game, myself included, a lot of the time. Although this week most people just seem to be moaning about the multi-tool. I think it was the week was selling it. But in my opinion, that's fairly justified. The multi-tool is annoying to hell, especially if you're a bit of a sniper. But yeah. There is a definite better spawn on this map though, which I wasn't expecting, and it is the one we're starting in for this last round. The reason being, it's just very open-ended compared to the other end, and in the other end you're essentially bottlenecked if you want to move up the map. And from this end you can actually watch most of those bottlenecks with a sniper right off the start and from cover. which is crazy. Like if you want to try and snipe off the start of the other, then you can't head glitch as you can from this one, and you're kind of exposed from a lot of angles. So this is definite advantage if you start from this end. And your heavy isn't in a sniper line of sight from the opposite spawn, which is just astonishing. Like I don't believe they never changed the heavy location on this map, but they did for Asylum. Asylum, which never comes up as a map anymore. They changed it so you can't see one heavy from the other, and yet they put Twilight Gap on Trials and they keep the heavy in a spot where you can just snipe it. I think it was the third clip I put at the beginning of this video where I just sniped 4 people trying to go for heavy. It's just so weird. I like that side is already. I mean that snipe just there. That's so easy because I can just head glitch from there and they can't really do it back. And then to have such a disadvantage for heavy as well, it's just a little bit crazy. Yeah, one thing I will moan about for Trials in general is that although I'm very glad that the hammers for the Titans got nerfed, sorry Titans, it has pushed a lot of Titan players back to using Fist of Havoc as the more useful super. And although I think as a super it's perfectly fair, honestly, the number of goddamn lightning grenades that are killing me is just crazy. Especially since they also decided to move the Armamentarian up to Year 2. So there's people running around with 2 lightning grenades. Their range is just mental. They've got such a large area of effect. They don't have any damage drop off of range. I'm almost surprised that they never got nerfed either. But at the same time as I complain about them, I don't want them to get nerfed. Honestly, I think Bungle needs to call it somewhat with the patches, or the weapon patches in general. Every time they try to balance their game, they seem to just end up unbalancing it somewhere else. Right now it seems fine, and I think they should just probably leave it alone. But I reckon, I don't know, I think people are going to start complaining about scout rifles more, especially with the multi-tool out. And eventually they'll try and either nerf scout rifles. Problem is, if they keep nerfing guns, there's going to be nothing left to use that's any good. Every time they bring in a nerf, I struggle to find a gun which is actually consistently useful. So, I don't know. But I honestly think they should just leave it alone at this point. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to probably go and get started on the Burning Shrine, I guess, as the last week's trials. Check out the sick lighthouse drops at the end of this one, and I will see you next video.